Good morning, Mr. Roy.
Good morning. Good morning. It's the day after the massacre. That was Monday,
Whoa,
January
whoa,
27th.
whoa, 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 whoa.
Talking
Why?
about the market, not our accounts.
Okay, I was going to say, why did you bring that up? That's a
Uh,
horrible way to stream.
no, I was talking about NVIDIA. I was talking about tech. I mean, go
I was like, welcome back to the carnage, people.
ahead. Here's where the ashes are still here. No, it was an interesting day. Obviously, we personally from our trading standpoint, we'll just get it off our backs. We didn't have the best day streaming, but that's okay. We didn't have the best day trading, but that's okay. We're
Yeah,
back
and
here today to do the same thing, to do different things, but back
yeah, so
back again.
here's my deal. Here's my deal with that, right? If you don't have a trading partner, get you one, because Roy brought me out of the depths of despair yesterday. Roy was very positive, kept being positive. I was down yesterday. I took that really, really hard yesterday, and Roy
Yeah,
kept on being there for me and built me up. And I woke up in a fantastic mood this morning, which is weird, but
yeah.
we saw
Oh,
the error of our ways.
yeah. You jumped back in. You made 1,500 on a combine.
Actually, I made 1,500 on 2 combines yesterday.
On 2 combines, see, and got your stride back using your zone. That was money yesterday.
I want to go back and show that real quick, just to show how ignorant I was yesterday.
Yeah, we both were. We were.
So let's go to, it was before open. There it is. This is the zone we had drawn out pre-market yesterday. Actually, it came, brought it under there. There was our zone for pre-market yesterday. Had this big move. This is where all the chop, and I blew all these accounts. This is where I went ignorant at. All in this right here. Never getting a breakout. If I just waited, that trade played out. That trade played out. That trade would have paid out. We would have banked just by being patient. So
Yep.
Roy made the comment yesterday, hey, we're not trading a damn combine. I mean, anything that's outside this zone or in this zone or whatever. We're waiting for a move out of this zone, a retest, then we're going to take the trade. So that is the plan today. We're not doing anything. So it might be a boring stream. Might be just me and Roy talking a lot.
Yeah.
But saying all that, if you don't have rules and you don't abide by the rules, you have days like you had yesterday. And we had set some rules, and then we both actually broke those rules.
Yep.
You look where we traded combines, where you made those rules was on these moves here, right? That actually gave us really great opportunities to make good money. And the thing about it is, if you, once again, this is the most frustrating part about this. If you look at this move, you never would have hit your stop loss if you had a 2-to-1 risk reward.
Yep. One thing we did also recognize our problem was when we were trading outside of our rules and our zones, we were still trying to get big moves as if we had abided by our rules and our zones. So a lot of our trades that we were actually in, we were green, and they turned red.
Actually, no, not a lot of them. Every one of them.
Every one of them. So
every
I mean,
got at least $2 million. So
yeah, and so just recognize that. So if you are going to take a trade outside of the zone, you have to be more aggressive because you're really doing something you really probably shouldn't be doing. So at least recently, what we're trying to do. So we just had a rough one, a bad one. We got a little bit ahead of ourselves. What a wacky day, right? I mean, Sunday's drop, the recovery right at the open. I mean, it was a hard day to play any sort of zone because there was so much noise coming from all over the place. But lesson learned. We've got a very interesting week this week. You got tech earnings, you've got FOMC. So obviously this DeepSeek with NVIDIA's stuff is all the talk lately. I actually turned on CNBC yesterday after our stream, and it was every analyst coming in and telling the opinion on DeepSeek.
Yep.
that was negative. You could tell the guy that was positive. They showed him. He was like, "This is a big problem for Nvidia. China's gonna do well, blah blah blah." And then in this background, there was all these Oriental like artifacts behind it. I was like, "All right, this guy's maybe a little biased, but
The big thing I saw yesterday with the DeepSeek stuff was Sam Altman coming out talking about how, hey, it's great that they did this. It shows what you can do. He was very actually positive about him, which was kind of shocking. Trump was positive about him. Made some comments about him yesterday.
yeah, Nvidia was positive about him.
NVIDIA's positive about it, and I think that show. Yeah, NVIDIA came out with the perfect response. Hey, this shows that we're on the right track. Blah blah blah. I'm like, look at you spend. I mean, you spent shit in something nice. So they took that. And another thing too, if you go back and look, I didn't realize this. So the R1 which is the latest DeepSeek, the one they have, right? So they didn't put in their stuff. They didn't put in any of their dollars for research.
So
we don't know how much it actually costs to do DeepSeek. You leave that little tidbit out, and that's a big piece of the puzzle that's not in there.
R&D is the whole reason why Nvidia had a record-breaking revenue for all these companies.
Yes. That's where we're.
Also, I found the comments pretty interesting about from Nvidia and Sam Altman and all that is, Nvidia does have business in China, and so they don't want to alienate. I mean, they're walking a fine line here of a competitor, but also it's a Chinese, I guess poster child now that the government is really excited about DeepSeek, and they're really amping up the company a bit. So you can't really talk negative about them without pouring egg on China's face. So if
anybody looking, you just told me to change this zone a little bit, and the reason I did is we had this move here, right? And that's actually probably a good zone to trade off of free market. But we've been going from 4 a.m. So where I had it drawn before, way back here, well, you look, that was last night. So we had to adjust that. So I don't think a 60-point range. I don't consider that chop. So we had to kind of readjust. Here's the range we're in now. So this is the one we're looking for, breakout. Now you have to watch it. If we do break out to the downside, you do have this level here that you got to watch out for, and you got to watch these lows. So let's draw a couple of lines down here just to let us know that, hey, we've got some stuff right here we need to pay attention to. And these are just for my sanity, actually. So, and then on the other side, we'll look. And you could go in and you could do a lot of times I do the 4-hour range. Here's your 4-hour range. So 162 all the way down to 59.48. So you can look for those moves, but I like these little shorter moves. And I'm gonna be honest, if we take a trade on a long 74 to 85, we're in 3 lots. So it's gonna get us close to where we want to be anyway.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the 5-minute because
we just had open.
Yep, we are open. I'm sitting here rambling. I do look where it rejected at. I'm big on also keeping this 10-minute chart open on my right over here. Because what we noticed yesterday is those candles by candles on the 10-minute chart played out fantastic. That we kind of ignored yesterday. So I'm not ignoring anything today. And let's see what Tide does. Opening up CBD is plus 7,500, and of course you expect it to be up with the move we had overnight. But my gosh, that's strong. And I might have a problem more. My SPY, there he goes. I was going to say my SPY tide is not updating, but it finally updated.
Yeah, that first minute, it takes it a minute.
Yeah, something about that SPY one.
Mm-hmm.
It's always the last one to update. Like your overall market, and it makes no sense. It seems like your overall market tide would be the one that takes longer to update, since it's
right data.
It's a lot bigger, a lot more involved in it. But it's neither here nor there. We are drilling down at open, so MOO came out at. This is one thing I've noticed. I wish we could get MOO just a little bit earlier. I wish we could actually get it right before open, because S&P 500 opened up at plus 116, NASDAQ minus 22 million, Dow plus 33, Mag 7 plus 1 million. Almost every time we're positive going into the open, these guys sell off at open. And every time we're negative going in open, these guys are covering those shorts going in open. So we got to pay more attention to these overnight people.
Yeah.
Because they are all closing their trades at open, pretty much. You got to think these guys have been going all night, so they're tired.
NVIDIA did a little bit of a sell right at the gate, down to 120. I'll flip over to that chart real quick. You can see that big sell got all the way up to 125 in pre-market and then splat. So we'll see if the dip buyers show back up on NVIDIA, or is there still fear there? Microsoft had a big move yesterday after hours. Trump had basically said that he confirmed that they're in talks to get TikTok. So we'll see how that unfolds today. Apple continue. That guy. Safety. Good thing I sold yesterday, right?
Too bad I didn't know somebody that had calls that might open yesterday.
Yeah. I sold right there. Yeah. That's all right. I made good money on them, but could have made more, as always. NVIDIA now under 120. Tesla got faded at the open. Nice at the bottom, under 400. Meta, all-time high and cranking, 671.
Yeah, they have. Well, of course, them, Tesla, and Microsoft have earnings today. So
that's right.
So that could be interesting. You could see. It'd be awesome if you get a drill down, then we get some shorts covering. That would. And look, I'm gonna tell you, with Meta and Tesla and Microsoft having earnings today, you should have short coverage at some point for sure.
Yeah, definitely. So you could have a move down and then that push up.
Yep.
So wow, look at that zone right out the gate.
Yeah.
So, with something like that, now I'm not saying we play it, but kind of looking into it, if this bottom part holds, would you treat that as support to then push up to the top of the zone, or would you, and with your stop basically being outside the zone, how would you handle that?
I mean, you could. I'm going to trade it super safe today, and I'm waiting for a break out of the zone either way. So,
okay.
And we might go back and look. This little zone right here might end up being the zone that we should have played, but that is not how the strategy works. So, and the thing you got here too, Roy, if we do hold a support here, we've got a lot to get through before we even get halfway up this zone.
True.
So I think the safe play would be just to chill out and play it by ear, and let's wait for a break. And I did some just looking. I was looking at some of the more popular streamers last night, the ones that are actually make money, that have big followings and do their thing and all this good stuff. And 9 out of 10 of them were momentum traders, which with this system strategy, pretty much you are doing a momentum trade, right? That's what you're looking for. Breakouts are, you're looking for momentum one way or the other, and the breakouts are giving you that momentum. I think there's a reason that 9 out of 10 of them do that. So
Yeah.
Why reinvent the wheel when you already got the wheel, right?
Yeah, and you're playing highest leverage stuff, so momentum is key, right? If you go against that train, it's going to run you over.
Yep. Can't tell you how many times I said that. Also, I got to talk to you later, Roy. I watched some stuff last night on some content creators on YouTube and what they did to grow their channel, and I found it really interesting. So,
Okay.
I
Yeah.
think we can incorporate some of it. I don't know if we can do all of it, but we can do some of it to do some things. So, look out for maybe some different content coming to you in the next few weeks or so.
Good deal.
Whatever we do, we're going to be strategic with it and make sure it makes sense for both of us. As much as we like to do things, we don't want this to consume everything we do. So we can't do this, all the time, nonstop. We got to have breaks. You got to get away from the screen. We say that a lot, but I follow a lot of YouTube golfers, and probably the one that blew up the fastest is Good Golf. And
Mm-hmm.
I watched it was an interview with pretty much the two of the founders and the CEO of Good right now, and what they did to grow it. And they were the first golfing, or actually, sorry, yeah, they were the first golfing YouTube channel to surpass 1 million subscribers.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
wow.
It's nothing crazy. Like they didn't go out and do a bunch of stupid stuff to do whatever. It's really
Right.
It's stuff that can be incorporated today that me and Roy could actually start doing today or tomorrow. So
Okay.
I got some good ideas about that. I'm trying to. We're both trying to. Of course, Dirty Harry's got to be a little smart ass today. You should get a mariachi band playing in the background. As soon as we become profitable, as far as the channel goes, we'll look into that.
We'll get a little AI mariachi band going.
Yeah.
My wife had to work. I don't know why this popped in my head. I think I just said AI and music. Interesting move here, by the way. We broke below the zone. We're now kind of just keeping an eye on it. You do have data at the top of the hour, so consumer confidence data. That's why you don't see us kind of jumping in. But my wife had to stay late doing medical charting things, and her nurses, to entertain themselves while they waited on her, blasted through the office famous songs, but sung by Plankton or SpongeBob characters, all created by AI. And
so have you ever gone back and seen the old South Park with Cartman?
No, I haven't.
You know the song "Sail Away"?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the Cartman Sail Away is fantastic.
So that's where it all started. That was the one that started all the stuff, and there's actually a few of them, and it's hilarious. And at one point, I had back when you couldn't tell how old I am. Back when you burn CDs.
Oh, I burned the hell out of CDs.
I had
Roy Mix Volume 1.
South Park. It was all South Park singing songs, and it was fantastic. And people would look at you like you were the craziest person in the world. Like, what the hell are you doing? It's Cartman, bro. It's
Cartman. The South Park has one of the great lines for a musician. It's "Reach for the Sky," Lur. It's one of the bands.
Well, we close below it.
Okay. So you want to look for this retest up to what? Is that 47? 46?
Mm-hmm. 46.
So you were to enter. So let's say you were to enter on the retest and fail there. What would your stop be? The top of the candle? 48?
So I'm going to do a 2-to-1 risk reward. So I'm going to risk $750 to make $1,500.
Oh, you're going. How many lots?
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try it that way today.
Okay. What? How many lots are you doing? 3?
We can actually move the stop if it starts to run in our favor. We can move the stop to break even, and that way we don't lose a trade. But Just waiting on the bigger move. We didn't quite get the move all the way up yet. We'll see what happens here. On the 10-minute, it is a beautiful candle by candle to the downside too.
How's tide?
Tide is in the favor of the bears.
Yes, it is. Flip over, let everybody see that. A little increase in volume here, but
yeah. Look at that premium. Premium's been the key on spot.
About hit the zero, popped right off of it, and then you're seeing a breakdown here.
Yeah, we missed our entry by 1.5 points.
What's interesting is, had you not, like, I actually had my zone.
So this one?
Yep.
It's probably a little bit better. And look at it. Wow. Roy has perfected the strat.
Yeah, that would have been the play. Now you're hitting.
Look what we hit.
Look what low.
We're kind of can't make this up, boys and girls.
Now, I'm not too upset about missing that one, just because we are so close to open and data and all that. But good to know. Good to follow.
Here's what kind of got me yesterday when I missed that move to the break side up yesterday.
Yeah,
I think that helped me force some trades. So we're going to kind of automate this best we can. So we'll put it actually at. There we go. We're going to drop that just a tad. We'll let it play out. If it hits it, we're going to get an entry. If it hits our stop, it hits our stop. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But that's our entry no matter what. We're not chasing. We're not doing crazy stuff. And we might not get another opportunity to trade today. Don't know. But guess what? We're going to live with it.
Yeah, and that's far enough away that if you get a violent wick up, you can cancel and say, hey, I kind of want to look at this again.
Roy, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm entering this trade if it goes back and hits this thing zone. I don't care what kind of wick it gives me. I'm entering this trade if it goes back and hits this zone, just because that's the strategy, right? I mean,
that's the strat.
Yes. That damn candle by candle on the 10-minute looks perfect. It didn't get it quite high enough for the entry to my liking on that one. It did go back above the. I wish I could show you the 10-minute chart here and draw it out, but
Yeah, I got you. Let's do. That's 15, 10.
All right, so go to that. All right, so you see where you had that candle by candle, right?
Yep.
So you had pretty much 2 entry points. Draw one at the. Let's see. See that wick on that? Oh, sorry, that wick on that 10-minute chart.
That one.
I don't have the wick I have.
What's trading view?
I'm looking at trading view too over here on the 10-minute, and I have a wick on that previous candle there that you don't have. Oh, there you go. I see it. Draw a not at the bottom of that wick. Draw at the bottom, the body.
Got it.
And then, all right. Let me put you on a little secret here, okay?
Yeah.
Go to your magnet. Hit your magnet.
Yeah.
And that will go to that body. Now go up to that green candle up there and catch the bottom of that green candle. No, don't do it to the right. Do it right on that candle.
Yeah. I'm just looking.
There. Yep. So you had 2 entry points. So what you could have done is had an entry here and your stop above that top blue line.
Gotcha.
Candle by candle. We are getting a little move back. Do we get the retest here? Nope.
Yeah. No.
Rejected. Dice rejected back. So I'm looking at the 5-minute here. we had a good, not decent green candle was going up, but like there was a possibility we were going to actually make it up to where the bottom of that zone where entry was, and it did not hit there. So
Interesting on the 1 minute, right?
I'm on the 5 minute.
I know. I'm just looking at the 1 minute, just playing around.
Yeah, if you look at the 5 minute, that candle turned green, and I was looking for the bottom of that zone, and it just did not get there. There's still no entry. Hey, I'm gonna grab a drink real fast. I'll be right back.
Yep. NVIDIA, nice wick here. See if it gets momentum up, but what a fade. Almost $8 fade from the high in pre-market. That is spicy. Look at these wicks on Microsoft. They are definitely buying the dip in Microsoft.
Look at this drill down on ES. My goodness.
Yeah.
It gave you that break of that line we had drawn out, which could have took it there, but that's not the strat. So you would look for it to come all the way down to 1250 now. That's 15 more points. If it runs that far away from our zone, boys and girls, it's going to be a long day because you're just going to hear me and Roy talking about nothing.
Yeah. Yep. Well, lesson learned, right? So we moved the zone a bit and didn't really give us a good opportunity. I mean, it was a flash in the, like, if we go to the 1 minute, right? So if we go to the 1 minute, with the same with the zone, push it over here. I mean, you had what, a couple wicks show up in that zone before it died.
I don't know if you look at the. I mean, if you stick to the 5 minute chart where we're at, you go to my chart right here, and it actually broke down, gave the perfect opportunity where Roy had to where I should have looked at. That would have been the perfect entry, and our day would be done on that side too. So
I'm encouraged. To be honest, I know we missed the trade, but I'm encouraged because not once are you saying, "Hey, we should go long." Yeah.
There is that. There is that.
Getting a mighty move down, and NVIDIA potentially could be a reversal tweezer bottom here on the 5 minutes. So just keep an eye on that. I mean, Apple, good gracious.
Well, we are. I don't think I've ever felt at ease missing a trade that I have today.
Yeah, I'm definitely at ease. Just taking a look around the Mag 7. Taking around the market. Google, nasty.
Yeah, that's cool. We still got, don't forget, guys, we still have tons of data this week. So tomorrow is a big day. Thursday is a big day. Hell, the rest of the week's a big day. So just be prepared.
Yeah, and I think it's actually a good time to talk about tomorrow. We actually have an appointment in the morning at about 9:30 your time, Monty. But tomorrow is FOMC day, and historically, it's just not a good day to try and trade that morning. So really to trade at all during the day. So we may do an update on the stream. I was gonna stream. We could do like a quick stream in the morning, but we'll talk. We'll talk after. Figure it out. My schedule's all wacky again this week.
Oh, I don't know what we're going to do with you, Roy. I don't know why you got to keep scheduling his appointments during our stream time. Like, what the heck? But here's what we're going to do. Worst case scenario, y'all will have me by myself again tomorrow. Because look, Troy said it, but there is actually, it's a great opportunity to trade early. You just need to take your profits, get out, and be done for the day. Don't mess around. And I told Roy I wasn't going to do my rant today, but I'm going to do my rant.
Do your rant.
Just because we got a lot of newer traders in here. I've talked to a few of them, and when I say newer traders, I'm talking about really doesn't know much about the market at all, right? Or the prop firms category in general. And I never mentioned this other company by name. I'm going to mention them by name today. Apex Trader Funding. If you are a new trader, do not trade Apex Trader Funding. Avoid it at all costs.
Yeah.
I told Roy this. I made really, really good money with them last year. And that's not the reason I'm telling you don't trade them. The reason I'm telling you don't trade them is it creates bad habits. Their trailing drawdown is horrible. It is the worst thing you could ever do. Their consistency rule is horrible. It teaches you to get out of trades and do not let runners run, which makes 0 sense if you're a trader, if you want to be a profitable trader. I think that's the dumbest thing ever. So their consistency rule is you can't make more than 30% of your total profits in one single day. So let's say you get in a trade and you're only in one lot and it's running, right? Let's say we got in this trade right here. This broke down right here. We got in at 53. We're one lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
According to their rules, we couldn't have held for 30 points.
Yeah.
We would have made too much money. You tell me in what reality that actually makes sense. Another thing with Apex Trader Funding. If you ever do become profitable, they are not going to move you to live. They're going to put you on probation while they say they're watching you to move to live, which their probation means, hey, we know you agree to these rules, but we're going to give you some new rules to follow. Even though when you sign an agreement on these others, we're giving you something completely different from what you signed. So now you have to make more money to be able to take a payout. And you have to leave more of a safety net in order to do that. And it doesn't. So everything else, when you hit after 6 payouts, I think, then you can take your full payout. Well, if you're on the double secret probation, you can never take your full payout. You're maxed out at whatever the total, like on the 50,000, you're maxed out taking $2,000 at a time. No matter if you have $1 million in there, you can't take it out. So you can only take 2,000 every payout, no matter what. And if they're going to do that and not move you to live, what's the incentive to be there?
Right.
Now, I'm not saying Top Step is perfect. Top Step has its issues. There's some things I don't agree with. Some things I do agree with. I agree with a lot more on Top Step. I think Top Step is here to make sure that you are successful. That's their goal. They want to move you to live. If you look at their live leaderboard, they went away from showing their XFA leaderboards and all that to showing we're going to focus on our live traders because that's what we are. We're a prop firm that we trade. And coming from Apex going into that, the difference is daylight dark. It's so amazing the difference between the two.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can reach out to Apex and have questions about stuff, and they're going to give me some general response back. I can reach out to Top Step, and I'm going to hear back from a person, and they're going to be specific. And if they can't answer my question, they're going to get me to somebody who can. And they also give you the opportunity to talk to somebody. Like I've been live with them before. I was able to talk to their risk management team on what I want to do, what my strategy was, and moving forward. And they were there. If I ever need anything, I had a phone number, not just to general support. This was to their funding team, their risk management team that would walk me through stuff or help me do stuff. Or if I had a question, let's say I didn't want to do a scaling plan. Like let's say I'm in a 50K account. I'm going to trade 5, right? I build this account up. I'm $25,000. I can reach up to them like, hey, I want to start trading 10 lots instead of 5. I know the max is 5. If they'll look at your stuff, say, you know what, you're a profitable trader, you're doing this, we're going to allow you to trade 10 lots at a time. You don't get that from a lot of the other firms. I hadn't tried everybody else. I'm kind of interested to look at a few of the different ones to see But there's a reason that Top Step is ranked as the top one, pretty much, or top, depends on what you look at. They're going to be top 5 in almost everybody's rankings, and if they're not the top. So that's my little rant of the day. So avoid Apex, stay away from Apex. Apex is not good for you in the long run. I think, Roy, you mentioned it might have been just a few weeks ago. I think Roy made a comment, was like, this damn Apex rules, this trailing drawdown, I still think about it when I'm trading where I don't have a trailing drawdown.
Yep.
And a trailing drawdown, if you don't know what a trailing drawdown, I know a lot of you might not know what actual trading drawdown is. A trading drawdown is, let's say I'm in a trade right now and it goes up 1,000, then it comes back, I get $1,000 in a profit, then it goes back down and hits flat. Well, I just lost $1,000 in my trailing drawdown. It trails each trade. It doesn't trail at the end of the day.
Yep. So you're punished for letting things run.
Yep.
Too much, and then you're punished for not nailing it exactly.
Yep.
It's like, come on, man. Yeah.
Now, if you're already with Apex and you got somebody, you're there, you're getting close to qualifying for payouts, take whatever you can take from them. I'm not saying don't do that, but I'm saying if you are new, don't start there. That's a horrible place to start at. And I'm gonna tell you, if you look at things, I'm gonna bet 80% of the traders that trade prop firms right now probably started in Apex.
Oh yeah. The promo, right?
They did here's the deal. I've said this, I don't know if I've ever said it to Roy before, but the difference between Top Step and TradingView, Top Step and Apex. Top Step is a trading firm. Apex is a marketing firm.
Yeah.
And they did a great job. They're marketing these stupid, $10 combines, $85 fees, this, that, and other. But if you end up being profitable, they're going to take it away from you.
Yep.
And the fine print of the contract says that they are allowed to change what they want to change when they want to change it. That is not a fair industry, a fair business practice, in my opinion. So we got to be able to talk about something, right? Maybe we make a short of me ranting about Apex, how not to use them, and tag them in it and put it out on YouTube and see what happens. So I can get the Patrick Whelans of the world to come after me.
There you go, right?
But he's an influencer. Like I said, I told Roy earlier, if you're an influencer, you have a big following, they're going to let you stay in here and make as much money as you want to make, because guess what? You're bringing in so much money to them. And I get it. It's a business. It's their business model. And they are, right? We're in America. One thing about being a capitalist society is you're able to make money doing what you can do to make money, right? And they're doing this to make money. That if you take them for what they're worth and you know what they are going in, well, there you go. But a lot of newer people will look at me like, oh, well, a prop firm's a prop firm. Well, no, prop firm's not a prop firm. You got to look what's best for you in the long run. And I just don't think trading Apex is good for you in the long run. But that's my 2 cents. I've traded. Then, Roy, when did I start with them? 2021?
22.
Was it 21st? Whenever they went to Trade Ovate, whenever they added Trade Ovates, when I went in right as soon as they added.
I think late 22 is when you went in.
It was whenever they went to Trade Ovate, because we were actually in personal accounts Trade Ovate at that time.
Yeah, you get data, by the way.
Zone, I have been told that you guys have been looking for me. Roy, you been looking for Zone?
Yeah, we've been waiting for a Zone to trade.
Oh, there you go. Wait for Zone. There you go. I get it now. Like, I was looking like, what the heck's he talking about?
Yeah, waiting
Welcome
for that.
Back, Zone. We haven't seen you here in a while, though. Considering
that. So the pop up here is on data. I guess I should look at the data.
I can give it to you right now. U.S. CB consumer confidence actual 104.1, forecast 105.85, previous 104.7.
Oh,
We are fixing to enter this trade. Maybe, maybe not. We're going to put our stop. We will actually adjust it. Probably put it above the VWAP in the 21 there if we do enter. But this is the strategy, right? There we go. Well, it's already about there. So we're going to, well, look at that, Roy. It actually worked out there anyway, didn't it?
yeah, it did. Interesting note. I'm a little late on this, but I always take a look at old SPX. 6,000 was kind of where we bottomed after the open. Found buyers there and pushed it higher. So
Makes sense.
keep an eye on that. See if this move has legs, but it was
SPY is below 600 though.
Yeah.
599.50. So that is something to pay attention to.
Our tides are starting to come up.
Bullish as it can be. It's going to stop us out here, which is fine. We took, look, I would take this trade again. This is the trade we wanted. Got us. It's fine.
So now you're getting back in our zone.
Yep. So we're back on our hands and sitting here again.
The data was not bullish
at all. I don't understand where we're getting this pop here.
I guess maybe it's back to weak consumer, therefore Fed supports consumer by being more open to cutting rates.
You're not getting a damn rate cut this time, no matter what happens.
I know, but you're going to get a market trying to get it.
The only way you would get a rate cut is if Trump could sign an executive order somehow where he controls the interest rates and he drops it back to zero.
And he would do that tomorrow.
I mean, you think about it. Why would you not? I get the point about inflation and all, but if you go back to zero, can you imagine the companies what they would do? As far as
if you go back if you go back to zero, he can be tougher on other side of it. His physical policy can be way tougher.
I don't think we ever see zero again. I could be wrong, but I think we're looking at what 2%, 2.5%, somewhere around there will be our long-term interest rate.
Yeah. A pretty good stick here.
A very good stick. And guess what? We could take it long. We're not, because we're doing this strategy. Even though we took an L there, pop up above it. We'll take it long up there. Okay. We're going to trade what we see and nothing else. It gives me more time to rant. I like ranting sometimes. Actually, I probably like ranting too much, to be honest with you, but it is what it is. Look at that 50. Look at that 50.
Bitcoin ripping up 103 now.
We're not trading Bitcoin right now, Roy.
So it's moving on this move as well. Nvidia moved up, so that bottom, look at that wick.
Roy, Dirty Harry makes a comment. Says if he doesn't step in, rates aren't going down anytime soon. Actually, I don't agree with that. I think rates, I would not be surprised to see the next FOMC we see actually a rate cut.
I am so excited about tomorrow's press conference.
It's going to be interesting to see what he has to say. The press conference is going to be the key. And I don't know. What are you doing tomorrow during the press conference, Roy?
I'm going to be right here watching it.
So I hadn't talked to you about this. We can talk about it on air. What if we maybe do a little stream where we actually have the press conference going while we're watching it? We're not going to be trading it, but
yeah, I love that. Let's do it.
Talk about what we see and that kind of stuff. So
I was so tickled at the last one. I mean, he was as bearish as he could be, but this one is going to be so good because of the questions of Trump and how he responds to all that. And
Harry, so your regulators just going with consensus what everybody else thinks. That's what they're thinking is 2 cuts this year.
Yeah, 2 cuts.
That's what's actually banked into the market right now is 2 cuts. It is going to be interesting to see the Trump effect and how that does.
So, Harry, you may not know this, but if you go to Google Fed Watch tool, this is your CME group who trades futures. and they have your probabilities for the FOMC meetings, the decisions. So there's a 99% chance of a pause tomorrow.
Which
And
means
then
they
up
hold
here,
rate neutral.
the hold rates. Then in March, they've got a 67% chance, 32% chance of a cut. These fluctuate based on the data that we get each day.
Yep.
So it's really an interesting tool, and it's pretty much been bang on throughout. So you can kind of push it forward. I think cuts get favored in June, but they're
Yep.
pretty much neck and neck in May. But any sort of data that comes out could push this March one back into fold. So,
And
yeah,
that's
just
what your
Google.
regular. That's what they're watching. They're watching this because this is. I mean, it's pretty good if you watch. This shows what the market's actually got banked in. Like you say, we talked about this. I said 0% chance. They give it a 0.5% chance. There's a rate cut. Yeah, I think 2 is pretty much guaranteed. I'm still interested to see how the Trump effect does this. Just can Trump put enough pressure on? And it's not just JPOD. You got to remember. So on these interest rates, it's a vote, right?
Yeah.
So not only does Trump put pressure on JPOD, does Trump put pressure on the voting members, the other presidents, the banks too, and do they fall in line with Trump? Depends on. That's a big if there, but you don't have to Trump. And look, for all Trump's positives and negatives, Trump's a businessman. He's got connections over all these people.
Yeah.
I mean, that's even before he became president. You're looking at one of the, what was he at one point? One of the biggest real estate investors in the country at one point in the world.
Yeah.
So he's got connections with every one of these folks. So there's no telling what you can see coming out. That's why I said the press conference, and once you see the minutes I think is going to be more interesting this time because you're going to see how they actually voted and what they said about upcoming stuff, which is really key to where they're going to get a lot. That watch tools will get a lot of their information on how they look for upcoming rate cuts.
The other interesting side story here is Powell is kind of in his last couple years.
Yeah, when does his term end?
I think it's 2 years. 2 years. So he was up for renewal 2 years into Biden. And he goes for 4 years, I believe.
Gotcha.
But, these internal members are going to also be jockeying for that top dog spot.
Yep.
And that top dog spot gets appointed by the president.
Yep.
There you go. So there's a lot of stories, a lot of narratives can be formed in all this stuff. So makes it super interesting.
Well, look, I mean, the lower the interest rate is, the better it is for the businesses across the country. Yeah. So let's see this. So if Trump does step in and makes the drop, they adverse affect the market if they drop quickly. So one, Trump can't go. He can't step in and make them drop. Right. That's the one thing that we got. Trump does not control them. So can Trump influence them? Absolutely.
And has.
If that happens and you start seeing more smoke around, hey, we're some of the ones, and you once you start hearing. So right now, the Fed speak. They can't speak. Right, they're in a dead period. As soon as this is over with, they can start speaking again. I think Bowman speaks. Is it Thursday or Friday, Roy?
I haven't looked beyond Wednesday to be on Friday. She speaks Friday.
Yeah, so you'll start hearing some more people speak, and I think this is when you're going to. A lot of times, I don't put a ton of weight into what a lot of them say. They can they move the market? Absolutely. They can't move the market. They couldn't move the market like JPOW, but it's going to be interesting this time because, like I said, you're going to start seeing jockeying. I think now the people that want to be the next Fed. And look, in the Fed can come out of. Do they have to be a bank, a president to do it, or governor, whatever it is?
No, it can be anybody.
Yeah, so this could come from anywhere. But the guys that are on there, are going to be the ones that are jockeying the most for it, I would believe. And what they say is going to mean a lot more because they could end up being the chair.
Yeah, I mean these Fed speakers do make a name for themselves. I mean Bullard historically, when he was on there, a voting member, he crashed the market a few times. That was, like, oh no, Bullard's talking. And then Kashkari and
I was going to say Kashkari.
his 60 Minutes interview is infamous. If you've never seen that on 2020 COVID when they were turning on the money printer. Good interview. He famously said we can print as much money as we possibly need. And that was all the market needed to hear for 3 years, went straight vertical.
Is it not dumb that so we went away from, and this is another rant I can go down forever, but we went away from the gold standard, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, right now our standard is the dollar's a dollar.
Yeah.
And I saw a thing the other night. I didn't even realize this. So one way that we actually get rid of debt is when we burn old bills. Did you know that?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So there's a place in, I think it's the one in Philadelphia, maybe. Anyway, they pretty much dispose of. It's either Philadelphia or Denver. Anyway, they pretty much dispose of all the currency in America, the old currency. And that is how we when we burn debt, we're actually burning debt. We're burning currency, which is the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. So typically you think about, so a dollar comes in, a dollar goes out. That's not the way it works. A dollar goes in, well, now you got $2, blah, blah, blah. It just keeps adding to it. And the only way that you can get that down is to actually burn dollars. So a lot of times they will not replace the burned currency that they're burning. Does that make sense? I went down a rabbit hole in this, and I was like, "You got to be kidding me!" So all we got to do is burn money to get rid of debt. That's how we get rid of some of our debt, is by burning current currency. Makes a lot of sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, when you got a debt that large, you got to find ways to do it.
I saw how much did the Doge? How much did they cut? 400 million.
Mm-hmm.
The first week out of the budget. Of course, now you're getting a lot of the lighting money on fire. Hey, me burning currency does not get rid of that. But
you want to watch us light money on fire? Tune into yesterday's stream. That was pretty good.
I rewatched that. That was a shit. We got rid of some debt. We got rid of some of Top Step's debt. Oh.
You get a candle by candle alongside Foreman here on this 5-minute candle.
But you don't have it on the 10-minute.
Right.
I think on the candle by candle, I'm only going to, if I ever do a candle by candle, it's only going to be on the 10-minute.
Yesterday proved to be very effective if we'd have done that.
I mean, you look, I'm going to tell you, if you would have re-entered at that level we drew at 42, it went all the way down to 23. That's almost a 20-point move.
Yeah.
That would have done it for us. And something else you can look at on a candle by candle, Roy, if you go back to your screen real quick. All right, so you see there you had that bearish engulfing where it's got the signal to sell there. That's actually a pretty good signal, isn't it?
Yeah, right. I think it's at the open though.
On that next candle, so instead of waiting for it to pop back up, you could actually take the break of that bottom of that previous candle. Gotcha. So you could have took it from 39 to 24, which still would have got you 15 points, which would have been the move, right?
Right. Now that
kind of works with the strategy we're doing too, with the breakouts. So you're getting a breakout of that little range.
Mm-hmm. Now going 10-minute candle by candle, then how would you handle your stops? Still do the 2-to-1 risk reward, or
Yeah, that so if you was to take that break, you could do it a 2-to-1, or you would look for it to you see the bottom of that green candle, you could actually put it there. That'd be a 7-point move there.
Mm-hmm.
7 points to the bottom of that green. So that would have been playable. There's a different ways you can look at it. Whatever I would say, whatever you're comfortable with. Like I like to use levels and zones and stuff. Y'all know that. Some people don't. Some people like a hard stop, whatever. So many dollars, so many points, or whatever. So it's whatever you feel comfortable with and whatever your trading style is what I would suggest. But look at this. Is it gonna give the 5 minute? Oh, sorry, excuse me. 5 minute will give the move on it. On that counter by counter. I'm not trading it because it's didn't bear on the 10 minutes. So Rob, just sitting there glancing. You had started at 4:30. You had a bearish engulfing that it never closed below the previous, so you probably could have stayed in it.
Mm-hmm.
You had one at 5:10, that would have been a good entry. You had one at 5:50, would have been a good entry. That long worked. That long at 5:40 could have got you.
Yeah.
But you stopped out. So just sitting here looking, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 out of the 5 would have played out and not stopped out.
Interesting. So on the 5 minute, it'll show my orb. We're basically battling that orb high right now. 59.50, which obviously is high a day on the open session, not high a day in pre-market. So if you pop above this, I drew a little trend line. It's a very weak trend line, only has 2 things. So my guess is you pop above the trend line, you probably do see a move to the top of the zone, which then can activate the play.
Multiple tests there. I don't know where you see 2.
Well, I only had like 2 areas.
Yeah, that's so. Anybody that ever, if you do draw trend lines, so you're looking for touches. You're not looking for areas, like Roy said. I don't know where Roy get the areas from. We got.
I like the areas. I do the areas too.
We got to work on Roy's on. So if you draw that trend line, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You got 6 different tests. So that's a strong trend line.
Yeah. So you pop you pop the trend line, maybe you come back, retest, cranks it up. Could be a trade up to the top of the zone if you want.
You could actually look at it too, like is that the trend line? So there you got 1, 2, 3 touches. That's 3 is your minimum you want. You don't like 1 or 2. That's not a trend line. So if you get a minimum of 3, you get a trend line. The reason I like this one better is because you have some. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 touches of it, pretty much. So
there it goes.
6.5, 11. And this is also the old strategy we used to trade. If we break out, you would look for a retest of it, then it bounce back up. So there's 8 million strategies you can play. The thing is to pick one that works. Me and Roy, right now, we're focusing more on the zone trend just because it's been so daggone strong over the last 3 weeks or so. I say that. I went back all of January. What was it, Roy? I said I hit my stop one day.
Yeah, I think it was accumulation of like $8,000. Is that right?
Yeah, it was a lot. And that was trading
one lot. One lot, yeah.
That's one thing. If you do have Trading View, you have the replay function that is fantastic. I suggest if you have a strategy you want to work on, and how I suggest you do it is you scroll back. You do not look at the date. You scroll back, you move back, you close your eyes, you just pick a spot, right? And that's where you start at. And that way you don't know what's coming, and play it out and see what it does. You can play it fast. You can do it different ways. You can do it slow. You can do it regular. I like to play it fast. So it would probably be a little more Probably would have been a little more than that because a lot of times it'll show it. So if you hit the it does the whole candle. So if a candle came down and tested, it does wherever the candle closed at where your entry is. It doesn't do if your entry was at, like, let's say the top of the zone to break back out where the entry would have been. So it probably was better than that, actually. I love it when I go back and do one and I'm trading it and it shows the confetti and everything. Like, you hit an all-time personal record best. Like, too bad it's not real money. But that's the only way you learn if your strategies work or not, is by going back and back test them to make sure that they do work. And that's the easy way to back test them. Roy, gonna get this breakout of it. Last time it got the breakout way back at 5 o'clock this morning, it came right back down below it. So, and they got you a big.
Your tide went bullish, obviously, on this big move up, and it's kind of curling down on premium.
Yep.
On SPY holdings, got a big curl down in premium, but your volume's still holding up. And in the general market, you're about to go green, so big reversal there, and you did go green just now.
When's the last time we had all three tides?
Exactly. All three. You got a trend line. Yeah. So you want to break the trend line, retest, go up to the zone.
That's what you look for.
What I'm looking for.
Ooh.
There she goes.
And we had news. Bank of America's cap strand. U.S. tariffs on Mexico may not occur.
And there's your catalyst. Because, all that Mexican goods.
Where do you think that Colombian snow comes from? Comes through Mexico.
Oh, Colombia. What a Sunday night for them.
Boy, they went from poverty to worse poverty back to regular poverty. I saw there's a few people, anybody that follows TikTok, I know Harry, you pay attention to TikTok, like actually look at TikToks. And Harry Sisson or whatever his name is, he's a young hard liberal he's annoying. I can't listen to him. And they spent everything is fun. And they were talking about what a catastrophe it would be for the U.S. economy to put these tariffs on Colombia, one of our bigger trading partners. And I'm like, bro, have you even looked at our top trading partners? Colombia's not even the top 20.
Yeah. But he could put it out there, and so then people will believe it.
And they believe it, and you got people crying about it. I mean, when I say crying, literally crying about it.
Yeah.
So now we're looking for a breakout of our zone up here. Roy, I think
what a move.
We're not getting a lot of. It's not a ton of volume in it, so I can't say this is shorts covering. I mean, it could be some, but
you could be having just simple NVIDIA recoveries. Right now, you're back at 121.
Look at this entry on this thing. So you came down, you broke below it, you came back, retested. You could have took a short on this candle here, right?
Mm-hmm.
This long candle came back, closed above it, retested, and bounced up. So you could have played both short and long off this one little trend line. We make this, and that's you could have treated this just like this zone. It's a breakout of a thing and momentum trading, right?
Yeah, again, it's every day these opportunities are presenting themselves. That's why, we may be missing these moves today, but we are right on this thing. I mean, there's a lot to be excited for moving forward with this strategy.
Yeah, you just got to play it right and wait for your opportunities. And one thing that I think me and Roy both have to learn is we don't have to be in a trade all the time.
Oh, preach. I love being in a trade.
You love being in a trade when the trade's going in your favor, right?
Fantastic, sir. That's the best feeling in the world. At our age, it's better than sex. But the amount of money we've lost because of that, chasing that feeling, is a horrible feeling.
Hey, Roy, quick question. We're doing it on the stream, so everybody gets to hear it.
Yeah, good.
Is it against any copyright infringement things to share the? It shouldn't be to share the feed from the Fed, right? As long as we're not using.
No, yeah, because
we have to use their feed instead of.
Yeah, you would use their feed, but okay. That's no problem. It's you don't have to get any written consent, any of that, because it's a federal public thing.
That's what I thought. I want to make sure, but also I didn't want us to hop on tomorrow and then we end up getting flagged for sharing copyright and stuff. So
no, no problem. Oh, there's your pitch.
I get to close. Got 3 minutes.
Close. Gotta love that bearish data.
Bank of America, they decided, you know what? We got some longs we need to cover.
Well, I bought NVIDIA calls yesterday, so let's see how those are doing. Slightly red. Much better than now. Much better than they were earlier. IV on yesterday was intense. Well, the IV on it was crazy. The VIX was crazy. So,
and it's come back down some today, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, I bought them when NVIDIA was 118. They're 121, and I'm basically flat right now. That's how crazy that IV was.
All right. Well, we got 2 minutes in this candle. Oh, Roy, you know what? Dang it. I'm sitting here talking to you and just looked there. We had a candle by candle alongside on the 10-minute previous candle.
Oof. Yeah, I mean look at that vault on the trend line. Woo!
Yeah. Too bad we don't know what we're doing, huh?
Yeah. I just gotta execute. All it is.
That is the deal. Execution is key.
We had mentioned earlier, I don't know if it's pre-stream or on the stream, but today with all that data, you could get some sort of short covering. Maybe you're getting some small short covering here. Volume doesn't really indicate that, but
this previous candle, so your volume increased on that 920 candle, so makes sense. And the deal is, once you start getting shorts covering, you got other shorts that cover with it. It creates a chain reaction. We've seen it before where you had shorts covered and you also have profit takers, where we've had massive moves where you could chase no matter where you got in at and you're pretty much making money. I never suggest chasing, but I have been known to do it before. Now the only question you got, Roy, are we getting too far away from our zone again?
Yeah. Well, I hadn't really offered very many retests for us, has it?
Nope.
But you gotta assume you're gonna get one. But I don't like that I don't want it to hit that white line on your chart before it comes back.
Yeah.
I'd like to close here, get a little weakness, pop the zone. So I'm gonna put a long at 73. Let's see if we can.
I don't hate it. I'm gonna actually wait just a second. I'm probably gonna miss the move. You know what? I'm gonna join you there, Roy, if it comes back to it.
About 3 ticks away.
Yeah, I don't think that worries me.
That was a big move.
Yeah, that was a big move.
So you could get.
Treasury has rise for 2025. Lows as Haven flows wane. Oh, GM, don't make me stop trading, stop liking Chevrolet. GM stocks fall as car makers signals that tariffs may affect outlook of GM's top Wall Street fourth quarter adjusted profit. So they're saying that with tariffs, if tariffs come out, they could adjust their guidance, I guess, pretty much. Missed us by a tick there, Roy.
Story of the game, isn't it?
Yeah, you get these orders. Ooh, we don't like those moving down.
No, I don't do that. They just got me.
I'm going to keep our 2-1. There we go. I would love to be able to trail this up. Let's put this up where we would. Right there, and then we can trail if we have to. You got a big cluster up here at high day that it's got to get through. CBD was at 14. It came back to 13,600. Now it's moving back up some. It's not too far off its high, to be honest with you. So that doesn't really concern. It concerns me on Tide over here. That huge drop in call premium.
Dropping premium. That is a thing.
But look at your volumes going back up, and as your premiums need to turn. One thing we've noticed is volume is key, but premiums have really been what's moving the market, it seems like.
Yeah, and if that is the story, then that is not good because that premium went below the zero line.
Yeah, so did. It's still dropping. But put premium's dropping with it now, too. Look at your volume. Your volume kind of tells another story, too. Increasing volume in each one. So you love that to be in a long if you're getting the increased volume on that, even though as long as this red volume does not go above this previous one. If we get that, we'll probably have to go and cut this thing where we're at. If it's not already been cut, to be honest with you.
Actually had a long signal show up on the 5 minute on that previous candle.
I'm sitting over looking at ES.
I'm looking SPX. At
your 10-minute chart. Go to your 10-minute. Yeah, you want 10 minute? You want 5 minute? Look at your volume on your 10-minute. Same thing. Same. It's playing out the same, but I don't like how all this volume's coming in on this candle unless we get a lot coming in this last minute to push it back up. This is a candle by candle on the 5 minute to the downside. Well, boys and girls, it might not just be our couple of days. And the crazy thing is, it's down in this zone, so we could still turn here somewhere. These call premiums are still dropping. Now your put premiums are above your call premiums. I don't like that. CBD is going to make it 12,400. It's dropped 1,000 points on this move. Somebody has a loud radio right now, too.
Yeah, to your credit, you had hesitation on the play.
I did. I should have had a little more. I should have waited. Technically, what we probably should do, if we want to be super, super safe, don't just wait for a test. Wait for it to show some kind of move off of it.
Yeah.
That would actually probably make way too much sense, doesn't it? Why do something that makes a lot of sense?
Yeah. I mean, the next bounce zone you could see is about 65.50. in my opinion. Now that it's kind of clear in this area, if this doesn't hold, of course.
Yeah. You got orders, so let's get back where we're at. I don't like these orders being below. See, we just pushed them down. They actually went away and came back. That was strange. Yeah, we don't see these start to move up. If we do that, we should get a push back up. Huge drop in put premiums. Your call premiums are going back up. So let's get the move up now. I think we were just early, Roy. But here's the deal: we would have re-entered. We would have got back in probably at the same level. So we need this to continue up. Call volumes going up. CVD is still creeping down a little, which is really concerning, though. It just broke below 12,000. I thought with that move here on Tide, we were fixing to get a hellacious bounce up. Now Tide's going back, so we might. CVD's back at 12,000.
It's holding 60-70.
Yep. Of course, now it's going to break down below it because you said something about it. The power of the jinx.
Yeah. Got to get it out of the way.
We're going to rename this stream Monty and the Jinx. Come on, baby. Get this move. Get it.
Get that move. Pop it up. Pop it up.
Break high today, I'll move the stop up to probably close to break even. You know you're saying that like loud, right? Like people can hear
you. I can't play the actual song, but right now I'd be fist pumping.
You know, you can actually. Here's the deal: you can't play the actual song, but you can sing the song.
I can sing the song, right?
Do whatever you want to do on that part. Just don't play the original. Come on, break this high day. Break this high day. That's a
beautiful candle. The 10-minute. Wow.
The candle on the 10-minute is about as bullish as you can be.
I don't know if you guys can see the wick, but
the only thing about it that does concern me.
Indecision.
So where we get those before. Look back. Go back to 5 o'clock yesterday afternoon. Right there. Right where your VWAP, where it opened up. Go to where it opened up. See, no, you're right there. You're right there. See where your VWAP shoot straight up?
Oh, yeah.
Look at that candle. What happened after that candle? Yeah. So a lot of times what you get on these candles, on the 10-minute or 5-minute, whichever one you're looking at, you get it's like a last effort push to push it back up. And then if they don't find what they're looking for down there, then so that would make that rejection down really, really hard if that happens. So hopefully they find what they're looking for here.
I've got a sell order for my IBM call. That would get me about $3 profit after options fees that I've been holding for about 6 weeks.
Guess what? If you were in public, they would have paid you for those options. 18 cents per option.
Really?
Yep. I was telling Howie about it yesterday on the stream. I was pretty much telling everybody on the stream. So if you do trade options or you want to look at something, I think Public might be a company to look at. They charge no fees on options. They actually pay you to trade options up to 18 cents per contract.
Do you have to hold them overnight or?
Didn't dig that far into it. I just know that they pay up to. So You might not get it. It all depends on your total volume, how many you trade. So the more options you trade, the more they pay you back. They're looking for active traders.
Yeah.
I did set my account up. I am. I hadn't put any money in it yet. I haven't funded it yet. I'm still debating how much I'm gonna put in there and what I'm gonna try to do with it. Right now, us doing this and me trading futures takes up so much of my time.
Energy, mental capital, all the above.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to. And look, options are fun. When you hit one of those 0 days and you pop it for 1,000%, which there's not many feelings that are better than that.
No.
I'm gonna tell you, those feelings are fantastic.
Or like you're in one and then overnight it starts ripping. You're like, oh yeah, open that market, please.
Yeah, then you stay up all night. You wake up at 4 a.m. to watch it the rest of the morning, freaking out.
Yeah.
Don't miss those.
You start Googling options calculators.
Oh no, I've got one on my phone right here, handy, ready to go. That is one that never gets deleted. It's right there. With my Discord, my trading view, all of it's right there together.
Interesting recovery here on NVIDIA. You know, you're back above 121. You're battling kind of that open candle, 122.20. You know, break out above that. Could be back off to the 125, 127 range.
Roy, 6,100. You got 200 orders sitting there now. I didn't want to interrupt you there, but
please do.
You got a cluster here, right? Let me get up here. You got these at high day. This cluster here. This is a lot to get through. But you scroll on up, 200 orders, 159, 104. You got orders up here. What we've seen in the past, probably 70% of the time, these orders they actually end up going to them.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 60% of the time. We did move our stop some here, so we're not risking as much just because I don't want to close below. And if it closed below this where I'm at now, I think we could run all the way down, which would have hit me stop, which would have cost me 500 or so more extra dollars to lose. There's no sense in taking that chance right now. If we do get stopped out, we can look for a re-entry if we break back out again. More conservative money you're seeing today. I don't think there's ever been a day that I sit here and we're trading where I've felt the urge less to just jump into a trade.
Yep. I think yesterday was a negative day, but it'll be a very positive turning point.
Hope so. If you look back at what we did. We was talking about this, right? So you would come back and retest, but look how long. I don't know if this is over here. Look how long you would stay here before you get a pop out of it, right? So does it play out like yesterday? Do we hang out here? I mean, we are flagging here, bull flag. So you would look for the 79.25 break or 80 break, whatever it is right there. Look for that break to send it higher. And I bet if you look over here, yeah. So they're moving. You got those at 79. Those kind of staying. These orders here, like we look for these hundreds and stuff, they don't really concern me as much as these. You look here, that's 6, 8, that's almost 900 orders in just those three. Whoever those three institutions are, I'm assuming that's three different institutions there. Or it could be one person splitting them up. I don't think it's multiple ones in there, to be honest with you. There might be a few, like if you'll see some in and out, but you're seeing these orders consistently staying pretty, 350 or so, popping to 400. So people are adding orders into them. Oh, you're stupid, premium. It's probably going to stop us out here. That's fine.
Previous candle, when you got the close above it, I thought that was a good moment, but maybe you're just wanting to catch that 8 up, catch all the EMAs curling up.
Right there is that previous candle break. That's 675. I should have left it where it was, but you're looking for, well, maybe I'm glad I didn't leave it where it was. I don't know. We'll see. Capistran, whoever, Bank of America, Capistran. Tariff threats may end with USMCA review. Whoever that is on the, hey, we're not doing tariff pony today.
That is back-to-back wicks. What?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get up for a second. I'll be right back.
Do it. All right, so I'll flip over to my chart. We've got a little buy signal here on this wick. This is a 10-minute chart, so you can see interesting formation. Is it going to play out? We're at the top of our zone. Keep retesting in the zone. What does it do? My gracious, Apple's at $238. I do not want to look at the calls that I sold yesterday. Apple pushing high a day, obviously going to help the market. As you see, market pushing high a day now. We're getting close. It set a new high a day in the previous few candles. The VIX is now below 17. Had a good look on the VIX. TNX back under 4.6. That happened yesterday, and it just kind of is grinding its way back up as we approach the interest rate decision tomorrow. Dixie under 108. Let's go to an hourly chart on Dixie. Will gap up this morning and seems to be holding that gap pretty well. So will it pop itself back over 108 shortly? Keep an eye on that. Apple, just crazy. NVIDIA, obvious laggard right now, but let's see if it could turn itself up. Dip buyers showing up. Microsoft, beautiful recovery from its death drop pre-market yesterday to now roaring itself back up almost $30 from that drop in pre-market yesterday. Wow. Google, nice bullish candle back up. Let's see if it can trend its way back up to 200 later this week. Amazon 240. Wow. Just wow. Meta, same. Wow. 665. This is coming down a little bit from today, but it is set a new all-time high. And Tesla kind of doing the laggard thing with NVIDIA. It's 392, so down 1%. It's the only Mag 7 that is red. Flipping back over to ES. We're pushing up higher. Let's see if we can get that new high a day. Break above that. Where does it go to? Well, looks like it could end up going to that 6,100 by the end of the day. And all will be right in the world. Let's see. Flipping down over to Bitcoin. A little battle at 103. Got down to 97 a couple days ago, or Sunday night, I believe, Monday morning, and has now ripped its way back up. Solana, same story. Got down to 224 yesterday. It's now pushed itself back up to 237, which means coin, which I need to move into here because I do have a swing on that. Keep ticking along. 282. Got up to 285. We'll see if it can fill this gap. That is actually the gap I'm kind of playing. Is this 297, 283. And Micron, slightly right on the day. Not a good looking chart. See if it can get positive momentum. Palantir, look at that guy coming right back. Filled the gap that it had. It's now back at 79. How we looking, Monty? We got 78 on the horizon. We've got a level right here. fighting it outside the zone. Let's go to a 5-minute chart. See what we got. It is, yeah. I mean, couldn't have played it any better, really. I mean, top of the zone, had multiple retests, had a very quick retest into the 8 ribbon, almost stopped us out, and is now pushing higher. So we'll keep an eye on it, see if it can hold that zone. Probably not a bad idea to add one if you want.
There I am.
At 73 and hold. Hey, buddy.
I'm sitting there talking, and I'm not even on.
You get a little weakness in NVIDIA here. So is this a flag?
Your CBD's back to 10.8. I don't like that.
Yeah, so you could
pop the previous candle, but your call premium's coming down, but your put premium was coming down with it, but your volume's kind of coming down a tad bit on SPY Tide. We're still looking for this breakout of high day. You get the breakout of high day, then I think we run. You look to move these orders up some, so that's actually a good sign for our long. You do break out, we could see a very, very nice runner here, but we got to break out above that. That would actually play the flag out if you look. There's your little flag. That's very elementary. That's not a great flag, but it is a flag.
I went ahead and locked in 200. I'm going to put a rebuy at 73 if it wants to get down there again.
10.4 CBD. It's coming back, so I'm now back to 10, back above 10.5. Your call premiums are turning back up. Your put premiums are turning up with it. So interesting little spot right here. Of course, you would expect it right at high day, right?
Yeah. I have this level. I'm not sure where it's from, but it's 60.76. And it keeps bouncing right off of it. I don't know where you come from, little guy. Where you come from?
You'll find
an hourly chart.
Where'd it come from?
Where the hell? Where are you coming from?
Oh, if you drew straight lines across, then it's going to be hard to find. That's why a lot of times
I think it's here.
Yeah. So if you go to do a horizontal array.
Yeah, that's what I need to do. That's where your starters.
That shows where your line is better. I do trend lines. If I'm doing a horizontal line straight across,
yeah,
there's multiple retests back, and I'm looking for is why I'm putting those there. If I'm just doing levels, I do a horizontal array. That way it starts wherever my level is. So I can go back and look and see that level easily.
I have an interesting level. It's just blop, blop, blop. Okay.
Yeah. 10.3 CBD, so it's not running. Oh, huge. We are going to actually, I'm going to pull a Roy here. I'm going to guarantee a little money on this one because.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Premium is just shot up. So I want to guarantee at least we're some back. I'm going to actually do a little more here. I'm going to put it 300 there and put it at the bottom of that candle. If it takes us out, it takes us out. And I'll be like, Roy, we can look for another entry. But those puts jumping like that, that's a little scary. And if we didn't have a losing trade to start with, I would not do this, but I had to go on and guarantee something.
Yeah, VIX popped back over 17.
Roy hit me on the tick, dog. Hit me on the tick and stuff. Okay. We're fine. Nothing to see here.
I don't like NVIDIA under 120 right now, so I would like to see NVIDIA get pushed back up over 120 and the market can continue its run.
And here comes your call premium starting to pop a little bit. Puts premiums turning slightly. I like Roy's now. So Not only do you have the top of the zone, but you also have the 8 right there at the top of the zone. So that would actually be a very, very good entry, in my opinion, if it does come back to there. If you notice, though, we're not getting a close below the previous candle. It's right, either right under or right above it. So we are still in this little trend up. So we're making, don't look at the wicks, just look at the bodies of the candles where we're closing. So each close, we're making a little bit higher high, which means our trend is still that way.
I mean, if we were great streamers, we would have taken a long at that bottom wick of that red candle. Yeah.
No.
And what?
You know the annoying part? If you look at the 10-minute, the candle by candle.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's take a gander so we can get annoyed together. 10 minutes. Oh. Yeah.
Even that last candle gave you a candle by candle.
Yeah, you're actually in a candle by candle here, aren't you?
Gave you a great entry right there.
Which just so happened to be your stop. Is that right, Bobby?
Yeah. Market stuck into you at the 20-day SMA. Well, at least it's not the 5-day, Howie. At least you're not because nobody believes in the 5-day. Roy, I did a little research on the 50 SMA this morning early. You know, I told you I woke up early and I went down a bunch of different rabbit holes.
Is that what made you take a nap?
Yeah. And if anybody, I woke up at like 4 this morning, had my coffee, did all my stuff, then took a little nap, and then woke up and was ready to go for the stream. So there's that. But anyway, did you know that the 50-day SMA is the most used SMA for day traders out there?
Wow, really?
Yep. Howie said deleted his 5-day. You know what, Howie? You just moved up a couple notches in my book. You just moved up a couple notches, buddy. Good job. Put premiums just died. Call premiums are trending down too, but your put premiums took a nice little dip.
That volume increasing too.
We got to look. I mean, I know. I don't think we can get a pullback to 73.
Well, 76 line. 76.
Let me rephrase. I don't think we're going to. I don't. Not that we can't. Oh, if we get the breakout, I'm gonna throw something.
I think you're getting the breakout, sir.
How about that? I didn't need that. That's an old fire stick. My dog just came in here like, what? I'm gonna sit by you. I just got scared real quick.
Hey,
look at your. Are you on the 10-minute? Yeah. Look at that perfect entry.
Again, you're not saying go short. Hey, I got out of IBM.
What?
I got out of IBM. $3.
There you go. I think your 76 level is going to be a pretty good level there.
Yeah, I got to buy there. It's a big stick, though.
I don't hate it. Technically, I think you could put it by 78.50. I think you could actually chase right down and take it, to be honest with you. Well, boys and girls, there was our original take profit.
What fun is passing a combine like that? We gotta sweat it out a little bit, right?
No, I don't like sweating it out. I don't like it.
Yeah, there's your white line. So I come back, retest our 76 and pop it up.
Oh, our boy Snoop had some 250 March calls for Apple. He just sold from $1.45 to $5.45. Glad somebody I talked to had cojones.
Man, I agree.
CBD's gone to 12,200 now, so $2,000 pop on this move.
I've learned a lot from Snoop, and it hadn't all been good. So, look forward to.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Let's see.
I don't really like this entry right now, so
no. Yeah, I'm gonna see what it does.
Look at your 70. If this thing comes down to right here, if it comes to 78, 75 and bounces, I'm gonna have to find something else to throw.
Hey, Amani, look, it's above us. Look, it's above us.
Roy, I will log off the stream.
Yeah, a little 5-day moving average. Yeah, 6106. I'm gonna call it now. It closes there, and if it doesn't, I will edit this portion of the stream out. What a move! What a move!
Here's the test. You can give us a test of it. Yep.
You know, that 8 is below the previous candle. That worries me a little bit.
Put your stop below the 13.
I don't like this move down. I mean, you got your test of your white line. You got your reject. 76 is the play, isn't it?
I don't know if we get there. I just don't know if we get there.
What did it get down to? It got to what?
76.50.
No. Rock.
I got my Nero gum in now. See clearly.
Dang, it's already 11.
Get a little shot of it. No, it's 10 o'clock. We are trading Chicago time, bro.
Ice.
Might get us the entry. We're going to see it 76. Maybe. Well, right down to the same spot it was a minute ago and bounce back up. You got that stupid song in my head now. I'm just sitting there singing in my head over and over and over again.
Because you're chewing the gum that makes it happen. Hey, what's really interesting is, you know, we were at like 59.80 yesterday pre-market while we were waking up. We're about 100 points from there.
Crazy, isn't it?
Life comes at you fast in this game, man.
No doubt.
We were at 60-35 last night when Trump did his little tariff thing. Hell, we were at 60-20 this morning when we were looking to go short.
I mean, I'm tell you. How much I'm up about? Let's look at it. I'm up about $1,000. Was frustrated earlier when I got stopped out by $1 on NQ before it ripped. I jumped in the pickleball game, then brushed it off.
There you go, man. Always another trade.
I'm gonna tell you, nothing you say amazes me anymore. I expect something out there. Just you throwing in that pickleball game out of there is just
yeah. And we know it's a private.
We're doing a segment each week, the life and times of Howie.
Yeah, it's a private pickleball court he probably has in his backyard overlooking mountains. Yeah, pickleball. It's like tennis for fun. Yeah, man. It's like the latest craze the last few years of pickleball. I think my friend met his new wife playing pickleball.
They here in Oxford they have it's a super nice tennis courts that they had converted to. It was 8 tennis courts. Now they've done it into 24 pickleball courts, and they stay covered up nonstop.
Well, maybe we need to do a company pickleball tournament, Monty.
Roy, so I had my entry at 76.75, which would have hit right on the tee. And look at this move. That's 7 points so far off of it. We should start. Anybody, if you're not watching TGL, it's the Tigers and Rory's new little golf thing they're doing with the simulator at the SoFi Center.
That's neat.
Last night was the first time that there's actually been a close match. Every match has pretty much been a blowout, right?
Mm-hmm.
Last night they went the whole thing tied up at the end, so it came down to a chip off. You have 3 players on each team, and they took alternate shot. The 2 closest, so you had to have 2 close to win. And of course, Tigers team won it last night, their first win, and it was actually really fun to watch. It was fun to hear, like, the players are mic'd up, so you hear everything they say.
Mm-hmm.
And going back to where we were talking about the YouTube thing, right? Where why YouTube golf is so big, what it is now. I think it's the interactions and the talking and all that you get that makes it so big.
Mm-hmm.
TGL, with you're hearing the conversation, you're hearing Tiger Woods say, "Hey, you see this little indention in the green right here? That's what I'm aiming for." And you're like, "How the hell did you see this little indention to start with?" And they made some fantastic putts. They had what's the Kim guy's name? Not Anthony Kim, but I can't think of his name now to save my life. He made a long putt to tie one of the matches up. And it's a crowd, so they're not quiet. You hear talking nonstop. They play music. There's a shot clock. And when he hit it, when he hit it, went through his ear, like trying to get the crowd pumped up, and Tiger was pumped up, and I was like, this is fantastic to watch.
Yeah.
And then Tiger went, if you've ever watched it before, so you're first each hole. No holes are carried over. Whoever wins each hole, you win it. If you tie it, doesn't carry over, it's a brand new hole the next time. And once you get that 9, they do what's called their halftime. So they take a break and they come back out. And it's only 15 holes played total. So the last 6 holes are pretty much like Ryder Cup format. So it's head to head. So each person has 2 holes they play. Well, Tiger was playing the first hole, and you see him over there talking to Charlie, his son, and asking him, like, "Hey, should I be safe and hit a 5-wood layup? Or should I hit the driver, go for it?" And Charlie's just looking at him like, "What? Is that a question?" He said, "Hit the driver." And this hole is really hard. Like, you have very little. I mean, you have to carry it. I think it's 320, 330. You have to carry to hit the fairway. When I'm talking about you into your drive, you have to carry it like 320 to hit it. And that's anybody's ever. Oh no, that's a long way out here to carry. Not to run, but just to carry it.
Yeah. So
Tiger hit his and carried it. I'm talking about hit the fringe and rolled right into the fairway. Ooh, that was close. Wow. I mean, did not have much room. Tiger was playing actually Rory, which was fantastic. At this point, Rory can't lay up now. Rory has to go for his par 5. So you can't lay up. You have to go for it. You have to put the pressure on. Rory hits it the same exact shot, except it rolls like a foot in front of Tiger's ball. So he outdrove him. But even at this point, you still had 5-wood in. Like, this is not an iron. You still got a long way in. So he hit that one, and it was like Tiger hit it, pretty good shot. Rory comes up, Well, I say it's pretty good. He missed the green, but it was to the left. It was an easy chip up and down. Rory comes up. Rory goes in the sand. You're like, it's over. Tiger's gonna win this one. Rory hits a phenomenal shot, and they end up tying the hole and carries over. I mean, they doesn't care if it goes to the next hole. But I was sitting there watching it like, this is fantastic. Like, this will bring people to golf.
Yeah.
Stuff like the YouTube golf, the TGL golf. Because look, I'm a golfer. I love to watch the majors, but if you just watch a regular tournament, it's boring.
Yeah, unless it's the Waste Management Open.
And that's this weekend. And by the way, I have a Switch, and I have so the latest PGA they have is 2021 2K21, right?
Yeah,
which a lot of people say is the perfect golf game for any system there is the 2K21 is the one.
Mm-hmm.
I've started put premiums just spike like crazy.
Whoa.
Anyway, so I set it up where I hate it if you just barely miss when you go to hit a shot and it's like, oh, you messed up and you hit it like 2 yards.
Mm-hmm.
So I put on the actual swinging of the club and stuff. I have it on easy mode.
Mm-hmm.
But I have my players, my competition set at the hardest level you can get. So they're shooting like 2,500 in a round. So I have to shoot like, I said, no, sorry, 16, anywhere from like 15 to 14, 13, somewhere in that range under each round. So
wow,
you pretty much have to birdie every hole to win it.
Yeah.
And you think that's easy until you get on the green. You have to putt with a stupid little controller, and it's not
thing
to do. So far, my lowest round is 20 under. And I actually got that at the Waste Management Open where I won by 30. I won that tournament by 30 strokes.
Damn.
I dominated that tournament. One thing, I was going for the Grand Slam this year, and I actually lost a major. So I played the regular tournaments. I played 2 rounds. Because I don't want to play the same course. Like some of these courses are really easy, and it really gets boring if you play the same course 4 different times.
Yeah.
But I played my majors 4 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
So after 3 rounds, I was leading. I had a lead going into the final round. And somebody came out and shot like 18 under on the final day. And I shot like 14 under. I lost by 1 stroke to get the major. I was sitting there. So bad. But it's fun, and I can't play golf right now because it's 20 degrees.
Too cold. Yeah. That's a good
today's weather. Woke up this morning, it was 25 degrees, right?
Mm-hmm.
Up to 60 today. That is a 35-degree difference between what the low is and what the high is going to be. I'm going to watch this 8 here, Roy, if we get the pull back all the way to it. Even though put premiums are just going absolutely bonkers.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at too.
Call volume is coming back.
Apple is up 4%.
Yeah, I wasn't going to tell you.
No.
Steve put it when he said that. He's like, "Hey, don't look at Apple."
Oh,
of course, I looked over and I was like, we've been watching it, but then it's just crazy. It's up almost $10.
Yeah, I had 2 cons. So I had 4 originally. I sold 2 at sold 2 at $850 and 2 at $780. They are now $17.40.
Don't just watch that and beat yourself up over it. It's so easy to do.
No, I'm not. I was very happy to sell yesterday at the Open, given the market, and I thought Apple would follow NVIDIA. However, I realized that Apple's AI stuff is absolutely horrid. So people are like, they're not an AI company. They got nothing to worry about.
Hey, Roy, so we have lost our last viewers.
All right.
So I think it might be time for us to call it here.
We'll call it. We'll be able to go uncensored a little bit, get some lunch, come back.
I got my buy order. I might need to move it up a little bit, but I was thinking we were going to get this move. I really want to get in and I want to close these out, but we're not going to just jump in for no reason.
Outside of the 10-minute, on your 5-minute, 3-minute, you get a little bit of a rounding moment here at the top.
Yeah.
A little round, not a lot, a little rounding. So you could have that rounding coming down the 3-minute, maybe actually test the top of the zone again.
Yep. Could.
So
and this zone will be in a trade.
Yeah, so I think that's the beauty of this kind of strategy is you can go and grab lunch, put your order in.
Well, here's the deal. So we're $400 down on 5 accounts.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, I got that copy. So we're $400 down, that's manageable, right? We can get that back. But I'm not proud of being $400 down. I'm proud of the way that we've been super patient today.
Yeah, people may look at this, this portion, look at the chart and say, you numpties, you missed the whole move. But our strategy doesn't really say that move was for us to really have. I mean, yes, we are just now exploring the 10-minute candle by candle. That is new.
We're getting one to the downside here, by the way.
Exactly. So
if you notice, I took my order off there for now.
Yeah, I cleared all mine as well. The beauty of us in the stream is we're gonna move about a little bit, but if there's a trade to take a short here on the 10-minute candle by candle just to see if that strategy works out. You are above the zone. You can play it for 6 points, 5 points to the top of the zone. And if it doesn't work out, then your 10 candle by candle is done.
You want to hear something fantastic?
Yeah.
Guess where the 8 is on the 10-minute chart?
Top of the zone.
Top of the zone.
Top of the zone. All right. So if you wanted to go candle by candle, there's your target. Not a lot.
Yep. You say that, I'm at 6 points, 7 points.
Yeah.
I'm not taking a look. I just don't think you can take a short with the moves we've gotten so far. I mean, you can, and you can make money on it, but I just don't think it's the safest.
It's not the safest, no. You're above VWAP, you're above the 50, and you're above the zone, so it's definitely not the safest.
Another rule we do have is if you're above the 50, what do you look for? You look for calls. You don't look for shorts.
Yeah, you look for longs. So.
But anywho.
There it is.
To the nobody watching, thanks for being here.
Yeah, guys. We will cover a lot of different topics, especially now since we're trying to be more patient. We will miss more moves, but that's okay because we're going to try and be patient.
You don't see us panicking over here. That's something a little different from yesterday. Yesterday, I think we kind of panicked in some trades and that we shouldn't have got into.
We felt FOMO. I don't think we discussed that.
True.
We missed a few moves and it really bothered us. So today we missed a few moves and we are A-okay with it. So I think that's a step in the right direction. And I think we've put less pressure on ourselves given the personal moves we've made. So I think that's going to go a long way for us. So
true that. Well,
with
that being said, everybody, all 0 of you watching right this second, see you. Peace out. We will see you tomorrow. I will be here normal time. I don't know if Roy can hop on for a little bit. And
yeah, I'll be at the start. I'll just have to hop off pretty quick after. But yeah, I'll be here at the start. So we'll see you guys then. And then we may do an FOMC presser as well. So all right, guys. Thank you.